I hope everyone's had a chance to look at these photographs, which are the main starter of the project for me, and where the title Natural Disaster came from. This idea came to me when I was traveling through California with my wife, and I was growing out my beard super long because I didn't want to shave while I was traveling, and my hair was growing really long, and I guess something happened where I just decided, I'm going to do something with this facial hair that's growing on me and this hair that's getting really long. I can be a bunch of different characters and just use what's naturally growing on my head. It was kind of funny how this all kind of came about with this work, and everything just kind of goes with it. But that's where it started. And I just said to myself, you can't shave until you do something with that facial hair that's been growing on your face. So there was about a 2-month time where I really wanted to shave, but I hadn't done the project yet. So that's basically where it started, and I drove up to Cathedral Grove and picked out a spot, took 5 different characters with me, and hiked into the back of Cathedral Grove, and I just seen like this brand new logging expedition right around the back of Cathedral Grove, which is pretty disgusting to me. I know it's some people's job, which is, what they have to do to make a living. But certain things, practices are better than others. So yeah, that's the takeoff point for the project for me. And then I talked to Wendy, and she said, 5 photographs just isn't going to be enough in a space. So I looked around, and I said, yeah, you're right. I mean, this is a lot of space. So it expanded from there, and all this work around the photographs have been made in the last 2 months or something around the same idea of naturally occurring disaster. I guess right now is a good time to tell you about there's also a fundraiser somebody's put together for either the Red Cross or some other corporation that's going to be helping out people in Haiti. So I don't know.
It's just outside the door.
It's just outside the door.
Yeah.
If you guys want to,
anyone wants to donate, we're going to
if you guys feel the urge to donate to that, because the title of this show kind of brings that to mind. So, yeah. Anyways, I guess what else to tell you about the show is it's not necessarily, the title doesn't bring to mind exactly what it says. The naturally occurring disaster is something that did happen a couple days ago in Haiti, where they had a big earthquake and everyone, screaming basically. And this is more of a inner nature with ourselves that we all have, I find. We're struggling against something within us that needs to be changed, and we feel like kind of need to change it. We don't know how sometimes, but we want to, and I think we all have that urge to do it. Which is why I've chosen 5 different personalities, which I hope each one of you can kind of look at one of them and connect yourself to this landscape, which helps us live and get something for yourself through one of those characters. What I want you to also know is that I didn't choose these characters for you to look at an individual and blame an individual for a certain act, which is a devastation to our world. I think that's sort of beyond the point. It's sort of an easy target to say, oh, that guy's got an axe. He's actually cutting down the tree physically, where there's a businessman selling that property previously to his cutting it down, or a politician saying, we need to do this for such and such a reason. And he may not be giving you the exact example. Every one of these characters has something like that. So the different sort of connection with that nature, but it's always double exposed. So there's always what you can see and what they tell you about it, and also what they're not telling you, and just how they feel they need to act. So yeah. photographs.
So, Caleb, do you mind just touching a little bit on some of the other pieces?
Yeah.
There's a couple people have asked me about the blanket piece here.
This blanket piece, if you want a more in-depth start to this kind of a piece, I suggest you read this, People Are the Best Thing in the World, if you have time. It's hard to read because it's free writing and it's just my head going on paper. And this has to do with my personal perspective on what is considered to be holy ground. And we all have a connection to that ground. We all walk on it, and it sustains us in some way. But holy ground to me is something a little more special because it's a specific piece of land which we all long for, I believe, but doesn't exist here on earth. It's a place where we can't go, and that is into eternity, which is where all these colors lead to, right into the center of that rug. And I've chosen 12 stones, and each of those stones represents the 12 tribes of Israel, and that's a biblical reference, and where holy ground was first introduced to man. So that's where the rug takes me, and that's where it came from. So,
Okay.
yeah. There's this red line here, which is very specific. It doesn't have a rock on it. This is sort of a good throughway to the rug, which is obviously this is like a sacrifice to the center, and both lead to the same direction. And you can walk from here to there, through the rug. But if you guys want to feel what that's like, you can take off your shoes and try it out. I encourage you to try and do that if you want to, but please take off your shoes. So, yeah, it's really good on that. He's coming to the talk.
Yeah, we did the talking. He's going to do the talking. Show them.
Well, it's very different from
So I'm on the board here, and I met with Zach, we were talking about budgets and stuff like that. It's good to have you with us. The art, I could do with that, actually. No, not a large part of my conscious existence. What do you get?
I really love this blanket. Nice circuit on Friday. Oh yeah, because I need to talk to you about that battery. Like I just kind of put it on.